But with very narcissistic people, I find it hard to really stay connected on a day-to-day basis, because you stay connected to that me signature, and it's just not nourishing. It's draining, actually. It's draining you from your so you kind of need to protect. I think we all need to kind of protect from all these and it's also asking for us to kind of believe, like do a leap of faith and believe that we will find the information we need no matter what, that we don't need all these robotic narcissist people to teach us. And then we feel overwhelmed by the amount of information, and it feels a relief when we actually disconnect and say, okay, I trust that I'm going to find my information, my spirit's going to guide me, and I'm going to go look for it. And trusting in that is very powerful, I think. You know, we all have some ego programming to kind of deal with, like that. You have to be open to the good also that can enter your life. You can also be frozen in trauma, and very narcissistic profile. There is not this reciprocity, and I think this reciprocity is needed for deeper healing and relaxing, very good for the nervous system, and just you kind of blossom, when you also trust others in their own gift. The more you know also about your gift, the more I can recognize gift in others, and abilities, psychic, how it feels in the conversation. You feel sometimes that you discuss with some friends and you really feel nourished after, and no matter what you talk about, whether it was bank payments or whatever it was, there was like this extra dynamic of respect and friendship and love, and that's nourishing no matter what was the subject. Of course, if you can talk about spiritual thing and have this mutual nourishment, it's great as well. And I think some of these people, some handlers, they will, if you contact them, they will not respond to you. Then that kind of activate that wound of non-recognition. You're like falling into your little self. But some will answer to you, and these are your specific handlers because they have been kind of instructed to interact with you because it's a good fit. And sometimes a lot of these players, they are mainly ruled by artificial intelligence, so they're very computery, robotic. So they also can regurgitate a lot of knowledge, right? And that's also how our spirit can find information. We kind of navigate, and we know when it's time to connect, disconnect. Sometimes we come back to see where are they, or still with that dark thing. Well, okay, I will pass my way. It's gonna change every day. We have to navigate all of that. And I think learning from our past experience and things that work, things that just don't work, and just managing our dopamine circuit also, like our very reactive behavior that is like very reptilian brain. That is why I think who we can really recommend is the other people we've met on the way. And I find we can learn a lot from each other, actually, from spirit to spirit, and just in genuinity, in reciprocity, and it's not really setting like a judgment on people. It's just seeing them for what they are, right? It's seeing the truth in reality. Absolutely. And that's how it is, right? So then you can decide, how I position myself, knowing that there are these dark energies, this person is flashing these signs that I just put me bad at ease, right? Or and in the past, I kind of wanted to reach out more to people. I wanted more private interaction. That's something I learned, kind of just sometimes subscribe but not interact, or just observe for a long period of time. So I know I have deep work because we've been so traumatized and wounded and not being seen and heard that it's a lot of work. And yes, it tried to get you to react and be resentful, and even with your thoughts, because with your thoughts you create. So if for 1 second you use your thinking process to manifest something bad for someone, even 1 second, it's already like a victory for the dark force. So you have like something I have learned and worked on also, kind of just understanding that a thought of 1 second can have like a big impact on the life of someone. So my thoughts can, and their thoughts can. So, you know, when you get enemies, people who send psychic attacks to you, it also influences and if we don't like what people are sharing, we just leave their space, right? We leave the space that they are holding and we go on our own adventure.